Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we have a very interesting one. We ended up in G3 in Siege and we are facing two G3 guilds that are incredibly strong, guys. So for the first one we are running the usual comp that we run against Wusas that don't actually have fire companions with them. In this case, instead of Wusa there's a Lima that dirt on turn 1, which I'm thankful for. And now we can actually push them back and do our thing, guys. We can end up cleaving them, which is fantastic, you know, guys. It saves us time and it ended up being really safe. And that was fantastic. We ended up killing them without any problems. Now for the second one, guys, we're running the same comp as we would against the Sierra Orion Rakan, but this time around they have another unit. They have the Wind Bison on them. And this can end up being really bad because that unit also has a defense rake apart from the reset and the pushbacks. So yeah, this can end up being very nasty for us and we can end up being permanently provoked if we don't get some violent procs. So our Leica will be having to work a lot here. Now we landed that stun, which was fantastic, but we don't have defense risk, guys. So, and of course, our Lulu can't move. They are taking a million turns. This team is nasty. This team is really nasty and they have very high HP on every unit, so it's even hard to kill them. They don't go down as fast as usually a Sierra goes down with this team. So yeah, this team is very nasty. I see why they are using this on G3, but it can be taken down if they don't proc a million times. And if they don't land a ton of defense rates, of course. However, they will never be able to defense rate my Windy, and you know, Windy will be the target of Rakan almost all of the time, and that shield from Windy will be very helpful to me as well. That will be incredibly helpful in order to prevent me from dying from their attacks. So we will keep taking them out one by one. We'll start with the Wind unit. Now we are moving on to the Orion, which is the defense raker, and after that Rakan will be killed on auto, guys, because yeah, he will most likely go for Windy all day, and even though he's on vampire, he doesn't have many chances of winning, guys, even if he revenges, because you know, we will have the shield sap most of the time. Now we are moving on to the next one, and this was a very common team. I see this on high G1 sieges as well, and that is a very nasty team that has a ton of chances of doing nasty things on you. And you know, when you have violent runes and violent procs, you know, and you have a stripper, well, these things can be nasty. Now I decided to cooperate because I wanted to actually dozer the fire threat, which is the only stripper, then I can easily kill the Wusa with my copper, and now we're taking on the Beast Rider 3-on-1. However, the Beast Rider has different plans, guys. Luckily she didn't proc a lot, because it would have been very bad for us, and luckily she didn't land that many defense breaks, so we were able to take them out with a copper team. And yeah, we took one standard G3 defense with a copper team. That was fantastic. Now there's another one of these, because of course there are full towers of defenses. We're in G3, people tend to be nasty, they want to be nasty, so they do this. For this one, this is the first time I run this kind of comp. I'm going for an HP leader and I'm going to use the main counter for dots and that kind of teams, which will be Juno, guys. Doesn't matter how many detrimental effects you give her, she will end up healing. And they don't have heal blocks, so my full team can actually heal from that. Of course, there's also the Fire Ryu here, guys. So Douglas can actually get glances from most of the enemies, because yeah, he has very high attack and there's a wind unit as well. So of course he will draw the attacks. He can draw the attacks from every single unit of the enemy team because they are all fire elements, so there's randomness on the attack path of the enemies. But yeah, this ended up being fairly simple with this comp, guys. Of course, things could go wrong if they were to land a lucky defense break on any of my units and they were to take a couple more turns in order to kill one. Then yeah, that could happen, but it's not very likely. I think this team is a very safe pick against that particular one. Now we're facing yet another one of those nasty fire totemist comps, and this time around I decided to go for my favorite offense team, one of my best offense teams, which is the Bulber Camellia and Skogo, guys. I am counting on them not provoking my full team, and if that doesn't happen, then we will be fine, guys. However, I realized that this Triana here is a damage Triana, and that Theomars deals a ton of damage as well. So we will end up facing some issues here. We have to heal up as fast as we can because our pony will die otherwise. And I decided not to go for the defense buff because I want to use that as a cleanse, but I may have been better off actually using the cleanse. So I now had to transform in order to be tankier and in order to have the defense buff up and use the passive healing from my pony, because otherwise my pony may have died. And yeah, my pony will end up dying quite soon, guys, quite soon. And we don't have the defense buff yet, so I transform in vain. So there goes the proc, down goes the pony. So now we're praying to our rock to actually kill that Triana. And we use the Forbidden Gear in order to make sure that happens. And of course the Triana saved the Theomars before she died. That is why Theomars didn't die to the rock. Now we are relying on that rock dropping, and there's the stun. But I procced, and that's it, guys. That's it. We won this one. There was RNG on every single side of this fight. And now, guys, we are taking on one of the full towers of 4-star units. This defense is really nasty, as I'm used to saying on this G3 siege, but we could outspeed, and now let's see how many of them die to a illusion. And yeah, this was very good. However, my ninja died, and now we are in trouble, guys. Believe it or not, we are in trouble. That ninja dying means that the unit that was supposed to finish off the vigor is dead. So yeah, now we have to finish that vigor off on our own, but we did. No problem, guys, we were able to illusion that. Now, against one of these defenses, we moved on to a different guild in order to attack this one, and we went for the yellow guild, I think. Not that it matters though. So yeah, we are running a team that I love, guys, because it has all the colors, as well as the enemy team, of course. Now we are trying to reduce the HP of that Desarion in order for our panda to finish him off. However, as I have been facing on these high level guild wars, Desarions tend to have reduced damage from water. So yeah, as you could see, my panda was not strong enough in order to kill him. And we were lucky that he didn't revenge our Perna a couple times, because an Oblivion Perna will be actually dead right now. So we had the second life of our Perna, and we are trying to kill that Tesarion as soon as we can, but we miss the crits because our Perna is built for a defense of ours. So I reduced the crit rate because that defense actually has a crit rate lead, so it doesn't need that much crit rate. Which means that our Perna is way less useful on the rest of the content. And now we are facing Theomars and that thing one-on-one. And guys, this will take a million times, because we have to actually time a couple violent procs from our panda in order to actually lower the HP and of course land a defense ray conduct rightly. And we have to do that when she's not on her wheel runes, actually on immunity, and that is really hard because she will be receiving attacks all the time, and therefore she will be stacking the totem poles, and then her AI is perfect for that. So every time she has the 3 totems up, she will end up using her attack that actually gives her immunity, and therefore this will be incredibly hard to finish off. We will be relying on violent runes, but we have heals as well, and she doesn't deal that much damage, so eventually we will be ending up killing her. And now guys, in chat I was asked by Faye for a shoutout, and here's your shoutout, Faye. Thank you very much for following my channel, and I really appreciate you, Faye. Now for this one we're running a very nice comp, the comp that I like the most out of my 4-star comps, and that will be the one with Mihian, Dozer, and Immensity. Now here guys, since our Bulldozer is built to counter MST and I gave him additional damage on Dark, we will be killing Leona on turn 1. Now after we get rid of Leona, we will focus on that Saurian, and the only way for this to fail will be for that Wusa to take enough times in order for him to use his second skill twice on my Dozer before I'm able to heal him up with a Mihian. So yeah, it will take a ton of RNG on the enemy side, but you can never take it for granted, guys. You can never take it for granted. We have a ton of RNG here. Of course, that sleep is nasty as well. And yeah, the procs happen. The procs happen a lot. But we are really close to killing that Saurian, and once we do, we are good to go, guys. Now for this one we are running a Cleave. Now we are facing an LD defense that actually wants to strip and then defense break my full team and then destroy them with their Beast Rider. What can we do, guys? Well, we can outspeed, of course. We outsped that thing with our Draco, and now we dismounted the Beast Rider and we were able to actually kill the Neftis. So this is in the bag, guys. And for the final match of this siege, we are running our Charlotte, Bastet, and Lucian number 5. Because yeah, I built this Lucian specially for this comp. And we are praying for them not to be extremely tanky. But there you go, they have shield. And luckily they don't have Wilburn, so we can push them back. Or we can't, because we couldn't push back that Triana and we didn't kill a thing, guys. So we are in trouble, we are in big trouble. Luckily the Desire didn't go for my Lucian, it went for the Charlotte. And yeah, now we have to pray to get a stun. We got one at least, so we can focus on the defense broken unit. But Bigger decided to take a few turns. Now we can actually kill that. We did not, that was nasty, but we got the sleep and the proc. Another sleep? Nope, but we are close to killing something, guys, and we got rid of the nastiest unit on the enemy team. However, they still have 2 healers and they still have the defense breaker, so this will still be nasty. But we have a chance. I decided to keep going for the Vigor, and now I wanna land as many stuns and defense breaks as I can. We defense broke the Vigor, but he got the cleanse as soon as he got defense broken. But we proc the passive. We are one step closer to killing that Vigor. Will he proc? Of course he will. And another one. So yeah, that's why these defenses work that well. But little by little we are getting back our amputation magic, and we will have won this already if my Lucian was fully skilled up, because this being my 5th Lucian means that I didn't have enough skill ups for him. But luckily, guys, we were able to recover the 3rd skill and we won this one. That was a very nasty defense, but we got 10 wins in G3 Siege, guys. That's fantastic, but we ended up losing. Shout out to Pimp Force, because they are very strong. And congratulations to myself for being the MVP in this G3 Siege. This is my trophy box, guys, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.